Well, Thanksgiving for 2024 is over, and I had a wonderful time. We had a great time of family getting together. Today is Sunday, and it's Donald and I. It's the day that we usually reserve for a date day for ourselves. He's sleeping late this morning, and I'm up in here in this kitchen. It looks like a bomb has gone off. And I am thankful for you. I'm making a cup of tea this morning, but look at the dishes. I do not have a dishwasher, and I've got to get to it today. This has been several days of Thanksgiving. Of course, this is all the dishes that I've already washed, but I've got to get to all of this today. On date day, usually we go and have fun, and I just leave all this stuff behind and don't worry about it until another day. But today, I've got to get it done. We had the house full for several days, and of course, that's a blessing. We got invited and went out and eat with other family, and we have had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. You know, I love Thanksgiving, the getting together, the just taking the time to celebrate and be thankful for everything that you have. We had the turkey. We had the whole 9 yards. Remember when I shared the menu with you that we would have? We had the menu and more. We had the sides, the mashed potatoes. My son-in-law and my son said those were the best mashed potatoes they have ever ate. I'll have to replicate those for you on a video in case you want to make them just like I did this year. There were green beans, pasta salad, deviled eggs, corn. Corn's not on the list, but we did have corn and other things. We had apple cake. We didn't have the apple cake or the trifle. I ended up making banana pudding. And I made the vanilla wafers from scratch for that banana pudding, and it was delicious. Rolls, cornbread, gravy, stuffing, or dressing. I did not even get the stuffing made. Can you believe it? But my son said, Mom, this is plenty. We have plenty out here. So don't worry about anything else. We didn't need anything else. And I was glad because, for some reason, it was such a, I was probably the most behind and the slowest I've ever been. Usually I have everything ready when everybody comes, but I didn't have anything ready. They had to end up waiting for a few minutes for a few things to get finished, and they didn't mind that at all. Donald built a fire out in the fire pit, and so everybody just hung out. So that worked out really good. We had a great Thanksgiving. And now we're moving on to Christmas. It'll be time for me to decorate for Christmas before I know it. I've got this little kitty cup with Christmas ornaments and a little cat paw in here. And I'm going to have the winter tea this morning. It's technically not winter. It will not be until the 21st of this month. But I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this winter spice blend from Char Brew. We'll read the ingredients. It's black tea, orange pieces, ginger pieces, cinnamon pieces, marigold petals, ginger flavor, liquid honey, liquid cinnamon, and then it goes into a different language. So there we go. The delicious, delicious spiced tea. I thought that sounded really good this morning. So I'm just going to go ahead and break the seal on that and enjoy a cup of spiced tea this morning. It'll help my throat sound better, and it'll be a delicious pick-me-up to get ready. The black tea. Sorry, I have to have both hands to open this. Goodness gracious, it was sealed really tight. I practically had to wrestle this thing to get it open. But we got it open, so it's all good. Oh, I love to smell it. Oh, it smells delicious. I'm going to enjoy this tea. I love to open a new tea and to try a new tea. That winter spice just fits the bill. I'm going to let it steep for a little bit here. And I'm going to see if it is, delicious like it is without adding any kind of sweetener. I've got to go back to the No sweets here. I've got to stick back to just enjoying things as they are without adding sugar. And that's perfectly okay. I've done that for quite a while now, and I certainly go back to it. Cutting out a lot of sweets and a lot of sugar because I don't want to have diabetes too. I want to keep my sugars low, my carbs low, and just focus on proteins, good greens, and other things that are healthier. So, of course, after Thanksgiving, I gave myself grace for Thanksgiving, ate what I wanted to eat, and didn't worry about it, but I cannot do that always. I always have to maintain a diet. Well, I'll be tackling this cleanup. It's all the way over here to the stove, and I'll be cleaning all these dishes and all this stuff here in my little corner, putting away all these things. And that's what my morning will consist of. I love this little pan. It makes a beautiful little cake for the holidays. I'll have to get ready to get my Christmas stuff out and get Christmas decorated so I can share all that with you. You know, we wait until after Thanksgiving, and I wanted to start a little earlier this year for you, but my family's like, no, we cannot do it until after Thanksgiving. We have to celebrate Thanksgiving first. So I'm a little bit behind as far as that goes, but I'm not going to stress it this year. It's not worth it. I've got all my stuff I've got to put up what I've got up and make room for what's coming as far as decor goes. You know, I always do the nativity scene there over the in the shelf, on the shelf that I use like a mantle in my living room. So of course the nativity scene will come out first. The Christmas tree's already up here, and I'll just be, let me take my tea and I'll go show you. Kids didn't leave until late last night, so we had popcorn snacks, and I've still got to clean all that up. So there's the Christmas tree. It's in the living room. Donald brought it up before Thanksgiving, actually, so I'd have it up here when I needed it. It was heavy, and it was stacked kind of high, so he had to get it down for me. And here is the beautiful poinsettia. Had to turn the light on for you so that you could see that beautiful poinsettia. That thing, since I've taken it out of the wrapper, it has really spread out. It is huge. I put it in the bathtub last night and sprayed it, wet it down really good to keep it fresh looking. Because once it gets inside, it can dry out really easy. But that's the beautiful poinsettia that I've got right there. And then it in itself could be a decoration if you didn't even want a tree. You could go buy a really big, beautiful poinsettia and enjoy that. Because that thing is certainly a statement. We've got a small house, so everything looks massive when we bring it home. Doesn't look that big in the store, but when we get it back home, it looks massive. So that's our poinsettia story. I usually get several small ones. Food Line had some beautiful speckled red poinsettias with white speckles, and they had some pink ones, and they had a different variety. I was tempted to buy those, but I didn't buy them because I had plenty of poinsettia right here. And this year's the year where I'm just trimming back. I mean, I'm just not going to indulge in any excess. I'm just going to be thankful for what I have and just focus on all the things that I have and get the use out of them before I add to anything. So when I put up the tree, we'll be just dragging out and getting out what I have on hand. And I don't mind that. I did pull out these cookie jars. These cookie jars we've had for quite a while. And this is a little cookie beside of it. He helped me last night when I was putting the poinsettia into the bathtub. He was sitting beside of it like, hey, what you doing? But these little cookie jars I've had for years and years and years. I thought about, I've got 3 of them, making cookies and filling up our family's favorite cookie. And the favorite cookie in my household when my kids were growing up was Snickerdoodles. That's the cookies they would fight over. I would have to make plenty so that everybody could have enough and there wouldn't be any kind of arguments over the snickerdoodles. But these are the little cookie jars that Donald and I have had for the holidays for years and years. And so there's one cookie jar for each family. My one little granddaughter in particular fell in love with this cookie jar, and it plays music when you lift off the lid. So it would tell on you if you were getting cookies out, wouldn't it? And this one, of course, has a lot of character. And this one, of course, is the oldest one, the one we've had the longest and one of our favorites. But I thought about just making the snickerdoodles and filling them up and just giving them to them for part of their Christmas. I don't know how they would feel about that because my kids are minimalist. They don't like a lot of stuff in their house. They like it to be very bare and very minimal. So I'm not sure if this would be something they would like or not. I know they would love the cookies, but I don't know if they would keep the cookie jars. I can kind of throw that out, kind of feel out and see if that's something they would like. And if they don't want them, that's fine. It's perfectly okay. That tea is really good, and I can barely wait for it to cool off before I sip some of it and enjoy it. Well, thank you for joining me today, and let me recap the Thanksgiving, my Thanksgiving with you. I hope yours was wonderful. I hope you're still left with good memories and wonderful feelings of Thanksgiving, no matter what you did to fit your lifestyle. I hope you enjoy it and made great memories. I have got to go and get this mess cleaned up. I've got a massive mess. Both sinks are full of dishes, and I've got to get with it today. So I'm going to leave you on that note, and I'm going to go ahead and go. And thank you for joining me, like always. Until next time.